It is no longer the time for you to stand between doubt and faith, because tonight, God is calling you His beloved child, and that truth will begin to change the way you see your own life. My beloved child, pause in peace. Do not quickly scroll past these words as though they were only a passing sound in the noise of life. I, Michael, have been sent to remind you that there are very small moments that carry the weight of a great turning. It is not by accident that you are reading this. It is not by chance that your heart suddenly slows down, as though a gentle call is moving straight into the deepest place within you. Over the past months, this reminder has found its way to you in many ways, through sudden feelings, through nights when you could not settle your heart, through times when you heard a sentence and felt something within you tremble, through moments when you wondered why you were still being kept, still hoping, still sensing that something had not yet been closed. You thought you were only living through ordinary days, but heaven was quietly guiding each step, placing each sign, and holding each door until this very moment. Today, that word has reached you fully, not to disturb you, but to remind you that you have never been forgotten. The Father is speaking directly to your heart with a tenderness that no fear can imitate. He does not call you by the name of failure. He does not remind you by old mistakes. He does not look at you through the seasons when you are exhausted. He calls you His beloved child. That single truth is enough to shake the walls you have built around yourself. You have lived too long beneath the weight of rejection, cold glances, times when you were not chosen, and days when you wondered whether you were still worthy of love. But tonight, heaven declares over your life that your value is not decided by the person who left, by what was lost, or by the season that wounded you. The atmosphere around you is changing, not because everything outside has instantly become perfect, but because a truth within you is being awakened. When a person realizes they are loved with holy love, they no longer walk like one who has been abandoned. When you know you belong to the light, you will no longer kneel before the darkness of insecurity. When you hear the Father call your name with mercy, you will begin to stand taller, breathe more deeply, choose more wisely, and stop handing the power to define you to the very things that once hurt you. So remain with this word until it settles within you like morning dew upon dry ground. Tonight is not a night of confusion, but a night of confirmation. I stand near you like a gentle guardian, reminding you to open your heart to the declaration being released. You are beloved. You are seen. You are called by name. And you are preserved. From that truth, your destiny will no longer be led by fear, but by love, peace, and the light that is quietly opening the way ahead. Keep your heart steady until the end, because what is coming toward you is unlike anything you have experienced in the seasons behind you. My beloved child, I want you to listen in peace, not with tension or fear. There are truths that can only be fully recognized when you do not leave halfway through, when you allow the light to complete its journey within your heart. Right now, the Most High is looking upon you with merciful eyes, not to judge you by your old stumbles, but to confirm again who you are in His love. The orbit of your life is being corrected, quietly yet deeply, and you are being led back into the rightful place that fear has long tried to make you forget. You are not someone forgotten in this wide world. You are not a faded name, nor are you a mistaken story. You are a child who is loved, called, preserved, and prepared through roads you once thought you could not survive. Lies once built fences around your heart, causing you to doubt your worth. Doubt the love meant for you, and doubt whether you were still being guided. But today, I, Michael, stand beside you to say that those barriers are losing their power. They cannot continue to cover the truth that you are loved more deeply than you once dared to believe. As those veils fall, clarity will begin to come to you like dawn after a long night. You will understand why certain things that no longer fit had to leave, why some doors closed to protect you, and why certain seasons of silence became the place where you were made stronger. Your peace will no longer be as fragile as before, because it will no longer depend on whether everyone understands you. Your purpose will become sharper, because you will no longer have to follow confused voices. Your future will become brighter, not because there will be no more trials, but because you have learned to walk in the light without losing yourself. Therefore, step into the identity prepared for you with humility and courage. Do not only say with your lips that you are loved. Let that truth soak into the way you think, the way you choose, the way you treat yourself and others. Quietly affirm within your heart that you are a beloved child, that you are chosen to live in purity, peace, and good purpose. There is no need for noise, no need to prove anything. You only need to agree with the light and stop standing on the side of the words that denied you. Come closer to this truth. My beloved child, what is about to be completed within you is not meant to make you proud, but to anchor you in lasting love. When your heart is stirred, let it be a sign of awakening, not of fear. I am beside you, guarding this moment, reminding you that you no longer need to look elsewhere. The revelation for you is this: you are loved, called, upheld, and nothing that ever spoke against that truth has the right to write the rest of your story. God does not keep leading you in circles around the same pain when that lesson has been completed within you. My beloved child, I want you to hear this in peace. There are roads you will not have to return to anymore. Not because you are avoiding them, but because you have passed through them with courage. You once faced what made you tremble. You once stood before memories that exhausted you. You once endured seasons when only a word, a glance, or a familiar situation was enough to pull you back into your old state. But today, I, Michael, tell you that the loop is losing its power over your life. Some lessons are allowed to repeat only when you have not yet recognized what must be learned. But when you have understood, matured, and no longer react from old wounds, God does not need to use the same fire again to refine you. He does not delight in seeing you hurt. He does not recreate injury just to test you one more time. What you once called endurance has actually become perseverance. What you once thought was weakness has taught you how to be tender without breaking easily. And what you once had to overcome through tears has now become a foundation for you to move forward with new steadiness. My child, look back without blaming yourself. You did not fail just because healing took time. You were not delayed just because there were days when you had to learn how to breathe through heaviness one moment at a time. Freedom does not always come in one radiant moment. Often, it comes each time you choose not to return to the old path. Each time you do not answer with anger. Each time you remain silent in wisdom instead of letting pain take the wheel. Those small choices have unlocked the power for you to continue moving forward. In the coming days, you will see a very clear sign, a situation that once could have triggered you, stolen your peace, and caused the old version of you to react in haste will appear again in some form. But this time, you will surprise yourself. You will not collapse as before. You will not be pulled into the old spiral. You will look at it with calmer eyes, deeper clarity, and a peace you once thought you would never have. That will be the proof that you have been renewed. Therefore, do not be afraid when something familiar returns before you. Not every return means you must learn everything again from the beginning. Sometimes it returns only so you can see how different you have become. What once controlled you now stands outside the door, no longer holding the key to enter your peace. Walk through the next 14 days with gentle faith. You are no longer someone being dragged by the past. You are someone who has completed the lesson, been lifted out of the old loop, and is entering a new season with a settled heart, clear light, and a freedom that is no longer easily stolen. A change has quietly taken place within you, so gentle that others have not yet recognized it, yet so deep that you are no longer the person you were in the old days. I, Michael, speak to you with the tenderness of a guardian. There are transformations that do not begin with a loud sound, do not need anyone to witness them, and do not need the world to applaud them as proof. They begin in the moments when you choose silence instead of reaction, choose to breathe instead of answering too quickly, choose peace instead of letting the waves outside carry you away. Each small choice has formed within you a person more steady, more radiant, and more composed. My beloved child, in the past, there were things that easily pulled you into a spiral of unrest. A careless word could make your heart heavy. A delay could make you think every door had closed. A cold attitude could make you doubt your worth. But now, what once clung to you no longer holds you the way it did before. Not because you have become unfeeling, but because you have been trained not to surrender control of your life to every passing wind. You still feel, still love, still remain tender. But you are no longer easily swept away from the center of peace that heaven is restoring within you. There were days when you learned how to breathe through uncertainty. You no longer need every answer to appear immediately in order to remain standing. You are learning to wait without allowing fear to become your guide. You are learning to look at an unclear situation without immediately concluding the worst. This is a sign of deep maturity. When you no longer chase every outward change to find stability, it means a new foundation has begun to form within you. So do not take lightly the calm you now carry. It did not come easily. It was formed through nights when you reassured yourself, through times when you chose not to answer from woundedness, through moments when you released the need to control and allowed higher guidance to do its work. Your strength is no longer as loud as before. It has become quiet, enduring, and full of dignity. That is the kind of strength that does not need to prove itself. Yet those with clear eyes will recognize it. Within the next 21 days, someone from the past may see this in you. They will sense that you are different, not in your outward appearance, but in the presence you carry. Perhaps they will say that you are calmer, steadier, more at ease. When that happens, smile within yourself and know that your change is real. I have seen it for a long time. Heaven has witnessed every step in which you overcame yourself. Continue to keep that peace, for it is the sign that you did not merely survive the old season, but came out of it with a deeper light. Now I want you to take an action in watchfulness, not as a mechanical gesture, but as a gentle response to the goodness being opened for you. I, Michael, speak to you with the mercy of the Higher One who is upholding you. Do not think your agreement is small. There are moments when a very simple action becomes the sign that you are ready to receive something new. When you choose to open your heart, when you choose to stand on the side of faith instead of doubt, when you say within yourself, I am ready, something inside you begins to be arranged to receive the flow of grace. What matters is not an outward motion, but the inward posture. You are declaring that you no longer want to close yourself off from blessing, no longer want to live as though good things are always meant for someone else, and no longer want old wounded seasons to block the way between you and heaven's guidance. Therefore, let your heart become spacious. Believe that the favor of the Most High does not come to make you proud, but to lift you out of limitation. Heal the places that were disappointed, and clear the paths that fear once blocked. When you agree with what is good, you are not forcing heaven to act according to your will. You are simply placing yourself in a position of readiness to be guided. You are saying with humility that you want what is purer, that you want a clearer future, that you want to walk closer to the good intention prepared for your life. True change does not begin with noise, but begins when you stop resisting hope and allow peace to enter the place that was once locked. In that flow, I was also shown a connection being prepared by heaven's tenderness. The one with whom you will enter a covenant of love may be feeling a pull that is hard to name, a quiet urging that makes them think of someone who has not fully appeared before their eyes. They may not yet know your name, may not yet understand why their heart leans toward a presence that feels both familiar and far away. But within them, there is a knowing that cannot easily be erased. Perhaps they have seen repeated signs, vague dreams, moments of standing in a crowd while still feeling as though they are searching for a certain face. They are not merely looking for someone to fill an empty space. They are being awakened to recognize the harmony that the Most High has quietly prepared. My beloved child, do not let this make you hurried or cause you to lose discernment. Love preserved by heaven does not require you to chase it in fear. It will come with order, respect, peace, and confirmations that do not throw you into confusion. If that person truly belongs to your journey, they will not only be drawn by temporary emotion, they will recognize in you a light that makes them want to live more honestly, more maturely, and closer to the Most High. And you, too, are being prepared to love with purity, without dependence, without losing dignity, and without bringing old wounds in to control a new future. I tell you that a thread of connection is being woven, but that thread is not a chain. It does not force, manipulate, or make you afraid. It is a gentle guidance drawing the two of you closer when both of you are mature enough to recognize it, humble enough to preserve it, and courageous enough to step into what has been entrusted. Continue living in the light. My beloved child, let your heart be ready but not rushed, hopeful but not blind, open yet still protected by wisdom. What God has appointed will know how to find its way at the right time. And when it comes, you will recognize it by deep peace, not by the fear of missing out. You could ignore this moment and allow what is drawing near to pass quietly by again. That is why I, Michael, I am gently calling you to open your heart now. My beloved child, pause in peace and listen with all the purity that remains within you. Not every opportunity comes with a loud sound, and not every miracle enters by shaking the whole world. Some things are sent very gently, very near, so near that if you are still busy looking at old fear, you may not recognize that it is already standing at the door of your life. I do not come to pressure you with heavy urgency, but to comfort you with the truth that this bears your mark, has been prepared for you, and is finding its way to touch you in the ripened time. Deep within, you know that this time something is different. Perhaps your body is responding with a strange restlessness. Your breathing has changed. Your heart has suddenly softened. Or within you, a very small joy has begun to awaken, even though your mind does not yet fully understand. Do not take that movement lightly. There are times when the deepest part of you recognizes the nearness of grace before outward circumstances can confirm it. You have passed through too many disappointments to believe easily, and I understand that. You have had to learn caution. Learn not to expect too much. Learn to tell yourself that if you do not hope, it will hurt less. But today, that self-protection no longer needs to rule you as it once did. You have searched far enough, waited long enough, and walked through days when it seemed the answer would never come. There are things you thought were lost forever. Doors you believed were permanently closed. Pieces of hope you quietly buried so you could continue living day by day. But the hand of the Most High knows how to call back what seemed to have gone far away. In a new form, purer, better timed, and more fitting for the person you have become after so many seasons of refinement. What returns does not necessarily resemble what left. Sometimes it comes back more beautiful because you have become mature enough to recognize its value. Therefore, my beloved child, do not close the door simply because you fear hoping again. Do not turn away only because past times wounded you. Do your part well by keeping your heart tender, your eyes clear, and your steps calm. When joy comes, do not doubt it too quickly. When blessing knocks, do not call yourself unworthy. When what you thought was lost begins to return in an unexpected way, receive it with humility and gratitude. I am standing near you, so you will not miss this moment. Tonight, joy may touch you in a way that is gentle yet deep, and you will understand that your waiting was never meaningless. My child, I have never forgotten you, and today I am opening before you a new chapter you had never imagined before. Let your heart settle for a moment, because I want to lift your eyes beyond the heavy days and help you see what is being prepared for your future. There is a place of peace waiting for you. Not a foolish dream and not temporary comfort, but an image of restoration, sufficiency, and a life reordered in the gentle order I appointed for you long ago. I want you to see a house filled with light beside the wide sea, where everything breathes calm, where the wind carries the salty scent of the ocean, and every sound is so gentle that your heart begins to learn how to rest again. That house is not only a beautiful scene for you to behold, but a sign of what I am building in your life. Its bright walls speak to you of purity after months of confusion. Its wide windows opening toward the sea speak of a new vision, where you no longer live with the feeling of being restricted, crowded, or trapped. The steady sound of waves touching the shore is a reminder that true peace does not come from every storm disappearing, but from the inside of you being placed into a rhythm steadier than every upheaval, and the sunset spreading gold, amber, and rose across that whole space is the image of mercy. Transition, and an old day closing to make room for something newer and gentler. Then I want you to look deeper inside that house. There is a long table prepared, no longer empty, no longer cold, no longer a place of lack or loneliness. Around that table are those who belong to you, those I have preserved, healed, and gathered into their rightful place. Laughter rises, not forced happiness meant to hide exhaustion, but true joy bursting forth from a very deep place. It is the kind of laughter you have waited for a long time, because it does not merely say that people are together, it says that the days of separation, the aching silences, and the cracks that once made you afraid do not have the right to win in the end. I am showing you this picture so you may understand that what I am preparing is not only for you alone, but also for reunion, warmth, and the sense of belonging you have long been seeking. My beloved child, if your present is still scattered, if your eyes still cannot clearly see the road leading there, do not let your heart be shaken. I am not showing you this scene to make you grieve what you do not yet have, but to awaken faith within you that goodness is still moving toward you. Perhaps today you are still walking among questions, but your tomorrow is not written by emptiness. Perhaps right now you are still learning patience, but the ending I have prepared for you carries warmth, peace, and arms that truly understand your value. Hold this image as a gentle reassurance from me. You have not been forgotten along the long journey. I am leading you to a place where your heart will stop wandering, where you can sit down, breathe lightly, smile, and know that at last you have arrived at the place of peace prepared for you. The one who will walk with you into a covenant of love is being refined in silence. And I want you to understand that this delay is not forgetfulness, but a preparation full of mercy. I, Michael, speak to you with the gentleness of a guardian. There are people who cannot be brought to you while they still carry too many unhealed pieces. Because love in its right season needs more than emotion. It needs maturity, faithfulness, humility, and the ability to preserve what is precious. That person is being taught patience, how to stand before fear, and how to be released from old shadows that once caused their heart to close. My beloved child, do not think that only you are being prepared. In places you cannot see, that person is also walking through deep lessons. Perhaps they were wounded so deeply that it is no longer easy for them to believe in love. Perhaps they walked through connections that caused them to doubt their own worth, that made them think love always comes with loss, or that closeness always leads to heartbreak. Those memories once built cold walls within them, not because they do not know how to love, but because they are afraid of giving what is sincere once again and having it broken. But I tell you that the hand of the Most High is softening the places that grew hard through self-protection. He is touching old wounds, not to reopen pain, but to remove their power. He is helping that person look back at patterns passed through many generations, ways of loving filled with fear, reactions born from lack, and habits of self-protection that kept them far from the very thing they longed for most. Layer by layer, things are being removed, doubt by doubt. Things are being brought into the light, crack by crack. What was fractured is being mended with wisdom and peace. Therefore, do not be too quick to blame the distance. And do not let waiting make you believe that goodness will not come. If that person had been brought to you too soon, while their heart was not yet steady enough, they might not have known how to hold you with the kindness you deserve. If you had met them while they were still governed by the old things, that love might have been wounded by the very places that had not yet been healed. This preparation is a hidden gift. Even if, while waiting, you do not always understand it, when that person becomes more mature, they will be able to love you with a depth that does not need to show off, with loyalty that does not waver, and with sincerity that does not need to hide. They will not come only to make your heart tremble for a moment, but to learn how to be present, listen, support, and build something lasting with you. I want you to keep your heart in peace, because the Most High is preparing them for you in ways your eyes cannot yet see. And while they are being made new, allow yourself to grow as well, so that when the two of you meet, neither of you enters the other through lack, but through readiness, purity, and abundant grace.